What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mark back to you today with another video. And today we want to talk about God and a microphone. So, if any of you are followers of the Bible, believers of Christ, believers of God, um, I think one of the biggest things that I've been focusing on more in my life is my ability to always create. Um, I think it's something that's been embedded in me. Sorry, when we outside, it's bug stuff flying around. But the more I focus on the ability to create, the more I'm thankful for the ability to create, if that makes sense. And so, a little bit about me. Um, I studied art. I have a degree in studio arts with a concentration in photography and printmaking. Initially, my thought was entering college that I wanted to create comic books, and we really didn't have a program like that at school. And so we transitioned into, I kind of got talked into the art education program. And so the other thought of that too was like, well, I become a master at this thing, I would love to teach. And so I did teach for a year, not in art though. I taught fifth grade math, but that's another story for another day. But art is something that's been embedded in me for art and creating, and I also do music as well. Uh, I'm coming out with a poetry book here soon. My first poetry book. I'm excited about that. New music on the way. And you know, like now, as a father, I see that same light in my daughter, where I drew something for her the other day and she added to it, and what she added to it just completely changed the picture, and it was so cool. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna show y'all what it was. But man, I was really blown away from her ability to like look at something I did and turn it into a whole other thing that I didn't think of. And I think that moment really solidified like her genius and her brilliance to me as a 4-year-old. I think many times we can look at, being grown and adults as being the wisers or being the better of the generations, but I look to the kids a lot, man, because the youth have they offer different perspectives. And I think in terms of being able to one grow as an artist, as a creative, just as you are, in growing, you have to have other perspectives kind of like challenge your way of seeing things in order to grow. It's through those hard conversations. It's through conversations where you don't necessarily understand, and you're asking more questions to uncover some type of answer to your unknowingness. And so I think it's important to surround yourself with different perspectives that are challenging you in a healthy manner. And even if you find yourself in a conversation that flusters you or make you upset, that's good too. Like, sit with that and consider like, well, what is it that I'm really feeling? And am I really feeling, you know, is it what that person said that's affecting me, or is it my association with that thing so strong and so like held on by dear life that I'm not willing to even allow anything to like challenge that, that premise in any way. And so the possessiveness and control that we have sometimes over our ideas, our thoughts, our own perceptions and perspective of things, we can suffocate it to where we're not even willing to allow an alternative perspective to even influence that in any way. And we can still disagree, which is perfectly fine too. It's like, you don't have to just necessarily agree with this message, and I don't necessarily have to agree with yours. But I think the main part is to walk away with some type of understanding that, you know what, I don't I don't understand that like that, but I can see how somebody else could look at that and be like, oh, okay, have a different perspective in mind. I think that's what like art is in itself. It's like The reason art is so like valuable is that we can all look at one piece of artwork and have a million different interpretations of it. It's just like it's that simple. So it's like, to go back to my original point, to even have the ability to create and then also putting that stuff out into the world, to then have it to be perceived by an audience, um, is a blessing. I think previously in my life, I did also look at it as a burden. And to a degree, I still do think it's a burden, because I understand why everyone may not be an artist. I understand why everybody may not be a musician. Like,